Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy, your independent Scentsy consultant with Happily Scented Life. And I'm back with everyone's favorite video, end of month live recap. Let me watch the chaos so you don't have to. I'm gonna go over in the video the July end of month live, going over highlights for July and what's coming for August. So if you're not aware of what end of month live is, I am a Scentsy consultant. So Scentsy does like a recap at the end of the month where the president and previous presidents, I don't even know what their title is anymore. They come together and they will kind of do like a little sneaky sneak of things to come for August. They go over like highlights. There's a lot of preachiness, as is with MLM companies. So to kind of spare you guys from having to bear through the entire end of month live, which this time it was an hour and 12 minutes long, I have the highlights here. I have the highlights. I wrote notes, people. I wrote notes. This is going to be a very snark-filled fest, so I hope you're ready for the sass. Straddle up, put on your big girl panties, because I got lots of things to say. I will start my video off with a disclaimer. I am nowhere anti-MLM. I'm not anti-Scentsy. I am a Scentsy consultant. I love Scentsy products. I'll recommend Scentsy products. I also recommend vendor wax. I just like home fragrance in general. But I'm not going to be my most authentic and honest self if I don't criticize. It is in my nature to criticize and point out when things aren't right. And I'm not going to sit here and be the consultant that says everything's nice and it's good and it's wonderful, because everything is not nice, good, and wonderful. There have been plenty of times where bars have just sucked. Even though they smell great, their performance sucks. Warmers are kind of like questionable and you're just kind of like WT, F, like what is that? And what I don't personally like might be your absolute favorite. And I totally recognize that. This is just my channel. This is just a fun way to get out and talk about things and just be an outlet of fun. My channel is to be fun. My channel is to just be able to have a place for us to vent. And that's all. And that's all I'm going to say. So if you don't want to listen to the sass, I am not offended by it. Tune out. I'm completely fine. I understand. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to give it up. So the haters that have been reporting me lately can shut their mouths. But that's why I wanted to do the disclaimer. And also, I really don't want to get canceled by Scentsy. Because I always have a fear that I'm going to get canceled at some point. And I probably will because of my big fat mouth. But I don't care. I'm the Scentsy rebel. Oh, wow. Anyway, okay, so the end of month live was a hot, chaotic mess. If I could just sum it up with that. It was a hot, chaotic mess. I have so many notes in different directions because I was just like, wait, what did he say? What did she say? What's going on? And I couldn't watch this live, you guys, because they actually made a post early this morning saying that they were going to do it at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which would have been like 2 o'clock my time. Literally, this week has been insane. I have been back to back meetings with students, trying to get them registered for fall, trying to get all of their checklists done, FAFSA forms filled out, high school transcripts sent in, trying to pick out majors. I mean, there's some students that are still undecided at this point. So literally, I've had no time. I'm still in the process, guys, of getting together my big old SFR video that I do. I'm still gathering the information. And I know everybody wants to hear my thoughts, and I definitely want to share them with you guys. But I wait until all the information as possible has been released, that there's real life pictures, all this stuff. So I've been taking it in, and I'm kind of glad because they just dropped some more news articles in the workstation like an hour ago, and there's an additional harvest fragrance that they had only shown in one non-wax product, and now it's been announce that it's going to actually be in bar. So this is why I wait, guys. I wait because there's always information that they don't drop, and there's even a new collection that they didn't even talk about. So yeah, this is why I wait. So just be patient, guys. It's going to be a great video. I'm not going to disappoint. You guys are going to laugh. You're going to have fun, but it's probably not going to be out for a couple more days, okay? I promise, but I promise my thoughts will be on there, and we get to share and comment and all that stuff. All right, so the few things that I wanted to point out before I go through, like, the checklist of, like, what they went over is there was so many hot mess moments. At one point, Heidi did the most of them. So at one point, they were going over the whiff box, right? And they had a mini live audience this time in front of them because they were at SFR, right? So they had a little mini audience in front of them. And I just gotta make sure my phone's actually charging here. Hold on. Okay, it is charging. It's like at 12%, and I was waiting for my phone to get over 10 so I could actually record this video. So they had a little mini audience in front of them because they were at SFR, and then it was Dan, Heidi, and Orville, right? So as they were going through the whiff box, they were taking out some of the bars that are in there. And she was like literally chucking them. And she's like, here, smell it. Smell it. Tell us what you think. And it was like almost like it was Oprah. And it was like, and you get a bar. And you get a bar. It's just like she's literally chucking product. And you could hear the bar like clack on the table and everything. I was like, okay, Heidi, calm down. So that was one thing. That was one thing I wanted to make note. There was another point in the video where Heidi's phone was going off, and I think Orville was getting annoyed with it. So he literally stopped what he was saying and went to her and said, you probably should answer that. So instead of doing the polite thing and going off camera to answer the call, she literally does this. Yeah? Hello? Yeah. Like, we can't hear her entire conversation. She's literally inches from the microphone. So it's so distracting because you can't even hear or pay attention to what Dan and Orville are talking about because she's over here. And the thing was, she had her hand over her mouth and she was like this, like we couldn't hear you. You were louder than the Dickens. So that was hilarious because it's like, just go off camera for a minute. Whatever. Sirens were going off in the video at one point, so somebody was getting pulled over. That was hilarious. Heidi was smacking gum. She was clearly chewing gum. Orville was yawning. There was a good portion of the video where he was just checked out. He was yawning. I was just like, are they drunk? Did they have a little too much fun during SFR? Oh my God. But the one great thing was that we were spared the whole video within the video because apparently they didn't have it available. And then they went into this big explanation on how their daughter Grace, who makes the videos, she had a family emergency, so she had to leave. And then where she was at, she didn't have enough service to send the file, so they just didn't have it. You are a multi-million-dollar corporation, so you're trying to tell me that a promotional video that you created for marketing purposes, you don't have that housed anywhere else but your daughter's cell phone? Like, you have no other secondary filing source, like a marketing department or like a desktop file folder that someone at home office can just like reach into and get it? Like, that piece of important information lies solely on your daughter's phone? Make that make sense. That's like me calling out sick to work, but I have all my students' important information on my phone, and like the person who may help me out when I'm away can't access any of the records because I'm out. Doesn't make sense at all. I don't know. I don't care. They said it's going to be available like on the workstation, and I think they've been posting it on Facebook too. So it will come out eventually. I think they said they were going to post it sometime tonight, so we'll see. But we were spared that, so that was cool. And then at one point, Orville was like tooting his own horn and stroking his ego, and he got like, I think what happened was Dan was getting on him and making fun of him on something they were talking about. And it was like, oh yeah, play the violin, play the little violin again, Orville. And Orville got mad, and he was like, and you could tell he looked quickly down at his watch, and then he started talking about the watch for like a good 2 minutes on how it was the same watch that Brad Pitt had in NF1 and all this other stuff, and he like winked. And I'm like, who gives a crap about your watch? How does this pertain to anything that we're talking about, and why did you have to bring it up? So those were just some of the like WTF moments that I was just like, what? There's another one, but I'll talk about it once we get closer down there. Okay, so August whiff box. Before I start talking about August stuff though, guys, since it is still July, and I will post this before midnight tonight. It is last chance for a lot of stuff. So if you planned on ordering anything, it's the last time tonight to get Ratatouille, Star Wars, Happiness Blooms, Puddles and Petals, and the April scent of the month, Keep on Blooming, and the Sakura Blossom Warmer, and then obviously like the curated bundles and the whiff box and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, that that all goes away in the Scentsy graveyard at the end of the day today at midnight, and who knows if it's going to come back. So just keep that in mind, people, if you were going to place an order or wanted to get anything from those collections. Okay, August. August whiff box is a catalog preview theme, okay? So in the whiff box, it is a decent whiff box, especially if you wanted to try new product. So I would say if you have a club coming out this for August, or if you were going to do like a one and done club and hit that $60, and that's US pricing, $79 for Canada, even though that's probably going to change soon anyway. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. If you get to that price point, then you get a half off item, so you can use the whiff box and get it at half off. It is a really good deal this time. So you're going to get the Sun Drenched Cotton, which is a Destination Wax fragrance currently, but it's going to be in the catalog for September. So you get to get that early, and it's in the bathroom cleaner. Okay, so yeah, so you get the Sun Drenched Cotton bathroom cleaner. You're also going to get Magnolia Shimmer washer whiffs. Now, I had already recorded a video. It hasn't posted on my channel, but I did do a video going over the new fragrance grid for the fall and winter catalog. And I had mentioned in that video that the new laundry product was a scent called Magnolia Shimmer. And I didn't understand where it came from. I never remembered it before. I went through all of my old stuff that I had, checked even region 3 and region 2, and I'm like, where is this scent? Everyone that's already posted videos keeps thinking it's Sparkling Magnolia from the Mother's Day collection from like 3 years ago, and it's not. It's not. They finally said it, and it's actually Kindness from last year's Mother's Day collection, which they put in the catalog this year. And they had to do that because once they put it in laundry products, there's already an existing laundry company called Kindness. So they can't. So it was a legal thing. So Magnolia Shimmer is actually Kindness. So if you like that scent, it's coming in laundry. So the whiff box will have the small container of washer whiffs. And then there's going to be 3 bars. 2 bars are the new releases for the fall winter catalog, White Oak Woodland and Emerald Pear Blossom. And then the 3rd bar is what they've been doing lately, is giving you a full-size bar of the upcoming scent of the month. So it was September's scent of the month, which is called Frights and Delights. I don't have scent descriptions because when they were going through the whiff box with Heidi chucking the bars at the mini audience in front of them and all this commotion, it was so distracting that they literally forgot to even say the bar. They talked about the other 2. Orville and his son were having like this side conversation because the son was like trying to describe the scents, but he was being extremely vague. Like he was like, it's just smooth. And then they were talking about the green one, and he's like, well, it's like a green pear. And then Orville's like an emerald pear. Ha 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 ha. So that was distracting in itself. And then you get Heidi, who's like over talking to the people in front of her. Dan's in the background because he had to move because the son took his spot on camera for the whiff box portion. So with all that commotion, they completely forgot about even saying the name of the bar. The son did say it briefly, and that's how I got the name, But not many people paid attention, because after they said, well, that's it, and they were starting to close the whiff box, the comment thread, what's the brown bar? You didn't tell us what the third bar is. Tell us the third bar. What's the scent notes? You missed the third bar. You didn't tell. It was like brown bar, third bar, like literally 50 comments. And they're literally still talking about something. I think what they were talking about was, forgot what it was that they were talking about. They were talking about something, but they completely disregarded like the 50 plus people in the comment section that were saying, tell us what the brown bar is. Never acknowledged it. So I feel so sorry for you if you were one of those 50 people that was frantically trying to get them to tell you what the third bar is. The third bar is Frights and Delights, and it's the September scent of the month. Oh my God. So that was hilarious. Okay. Then they did announce that August will be a transition month, so we will have the 10% off sale like we normally do. The charitable cause warmer, licensed products, whiff box, and Bring Back My Bar are excluded from the 10% off pricing, so just keep that in mind. Let's see. August 1st, besides the whiff box dropping, there is also a new collection dropping called Wild Horses and Wild Flowers. It's a Western collection. I'm actually pretty excited that they did it. Yes, did I want Goody Gordness to come back? You bet your bottom dollar I did. I really did. I am very sad that it's not coming back in the catalog. Spoiler, guys, it's not. Hopefully, maybe we'll see it come back in something else. I don't know. But I'm just trying to pull up my VIP page so I can get you the info on this Western collection right here. So I am kind of excited that they did that. So they did this 2 years ago with the Open Plains collection, which was kind of like a Scentspiration collection on weathered leather. And there were 4 scents in there. And they were decent scents. There was 2 that I really liked, Hometown Cowboy and Under the Oak Tree were probably my top 2 of the 4. The Counting the Stars was just too fruity leather, and then Wild Open Spaces, it had a weird dusty note to it, but it had a lot of vanilla to it. So yeah, so I'm kind of cool to hear that they're gonna do that again, but now it's like a full-on Western theme. Very Texan-like. And the scents are right up my freaking alley. So I am super excited about these. I hope they perform, because I was super excited about the Puddles and Petals collection, and most of them disappointed me. There was 2 that I liked enough to club. I'm still trying them because I'm not going to club things that don't perform. That's the thing. So this collection is dropping tomorrow morning. So within hours. So it's a 5 scent collection, 1 returning, 4 brand new. And it's going to come in this little felt tote bag. It's very similar to the Easter bag that we got that looked like the Easter basket. It's the felt material that I said looked like a kindergartner craft project. But this one, it isn't as bad. It's got like a very like Western like theme to it. Like almost like if it was like a Western sweater. I'm pretty sure I had a sweater in that pattern in the 90s. And it was like mint green and silver and white and hot pink. And I'm pretty sure I wore it with white leggings, scrunch socks, and Timberland boots. I'm pretty sure of it. I even think I had a matching cowboy hat. I'm just cringing at this point. So the returning scent is Saddle Up. So if you never had Saddle Up, it was, I don't even remember how it started off. I don't think it was a catalog scent. I'm pretty sure it was either a scent of the month or in Father's Day, and we've seen it return several different times. So that one's suede, aged leather, sheer musk, and fresh air. I do enjoy Saddle Up. It has a lot of suede. The leather is not that bad. It's not aggressive like weathered leather. It has more fresh air notes, and I think that's what I like about it. It is on the lighter side for performance, so it's not meant to be a powerhouse scent. It's not going to fill an open concept area, but it will do like a large room. Just use like 1 more cube than normal if you want a little bit more strength. And I feel like I have a hair on my lip. So yeah, so I do like Saddle Up, and I would recommend that to anybody that likes leather scents, that likes suede, that likes manly scents. The 4 new ones, totally up my alley, and I'm so excited to try them. So Silver Spur is Smoky Campfire, Silver Spruce, and Lavender. So I'm really hoping that it's like Around the Campfire, but with a little bit more herbalness. So we'll see. Whiskey River is Golden Plum. I hate when they use the adjective golden because it never is right. So hopefully it doesn't do what Golden Pineapple does to my nose. But it's got Golden Plum, Bourbon Barrel, and Fresh River undertones. Interesting. And plum seems to be in a lot of their things. So scent oil overload. The other one is Wild Mountain Sky, which is pine, cypress, eucalyptus, and fern. So kind of like a fresh tree. And then you have Wildflowers and Sage. More sage to continue the rest of 2025. Is Meadow of Wildflowers, Mint, Moss, and Sage. And that's another thing that I've noticed too, and I'll probably be talking a little bit about it in like my catalog walkthrough for the fall winter catalog, but I've noticed that they've shied away from only displaying 3 scent notes, and a lot of these are showing 4 or 5, which I'm thinking they're pulling more from like vendor, where you do give a little bit more. You just don't give 1 top, 1 mid, 1 base. So I like that. I like that. So those are the 5 scents. As far as I can tell, you cannot get them separately. You have to order them in the bundle for $25. But if you didn't want all 5 and you only wanted to try 2 or 3 or 4 or 1 or whatever, you can put them in a one and done club and just get the ones that you want, cancel it right after it ships, and then make your decisions later. So that is an option for you. There are new warmers that are going with this collection. One of the warmers is called Boot Scootin', and it literally is girl cowboy boots. They've got like, they're like a cream color with like the brown leather accents, and then it has flowers. It's super cute. And then there's a belt buckle warmer, which I think looks really, really neat. I really, if it was my thing, I would totally buy it, but it's not my decor. And then there's a mini cowhide warmer. So it's cow print. I never was into cow print. I was into cheetah print, but I'm a Jersey Shore, like, girl. Like, yeah. So I never did the cow theme. And then they did highlight that there's other stuff. So there's a Kick Up the Dust buddy clip. So it's basically just like a cowboy boot, but it's a buddy clip. The Wild Mountain Sky is going to be available in room spray. The Wildflowers and Sage scent will also be in a fragrance flower. And then the Whiskey River scent will be in a 3 scent circle pack. So there's a couple of things that the other scents could be offered in. So it seems like a decent collection. They're definitely cashing in on the whole Western vibe. I mean, we've got nightclubs now that are doing line dancing. If you were to tell me, Amy, in 2010, the height of house music and nightclubs and teen nightclubs, that you would have women and guys line dancing to Yin Yang Twins and cowboy boots, I would have told you were that, crazy. Like, no. But apparently that's the all rage with these younger generations. So have at it. I'd rather do my stanky leg for whatever. You want a line dance? I'll do my stanky leg. So that is the Western collection that is dropping on August 1st in a few hours. We're also, and this is for consultants only, we're going to get early access to the Harvest collection. So you're going to be able to order the 5-bar Harvest collection pack for $25. And you can also get Zombie Punch, which was a Region 3 harvest scent from 2 years ago. We got it as a subscriber exclusive product in pods, last year, I think. Never got to try it. But now we get to the bar. And we're also getting it in other products in the Harvest collection. So you can get a quantity, I think they said 2, but let me just double check real quick. I don't think I'm signed out of my thing yet. Yeah, so you're limited to 2 bundles per consultant and then 2 zombie punch bars per consultant. So the Harvest collection, sneak peek, I just have the names, not the scent descriptions. Apple Harvest Dreams, Cider Crimson Berries, Moonlight Whisper, Pumpkin Honey Spice, and Spice Pecan Creme. So that will be available from August 1st to August 31st for consultants to purchase for early access. And then, like I said, September 1st is when it's actually available. I don't know why my computer is not turning off. Whatever. Okay. Now, what else? Oh, they went over the incentive. So usually they'll do a new incentive, and I kind of skipped over a little bit of it. I was just trying to hit like the 10-second skip button, but I didn't hear exactly like the trip that you're trying to earn for it, but the incentive trip, they have decided that to earn points, it's always been sales and sponsoring. So you got points when you sponsored and you got points when you sold, but you had to have so many points come from sponsoring in order to get the incentive trip. So they decided that they're no longer going to do that, and sponsoring is not required, which is great for people that don't sponsor. But then Orville says, you know, you don't want a team? That's fine by us. Do you? And I'm like, what? What? Complete 180 of what they always spew. Build a team, recruit, sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. That's literally all they talk about all the time. And now it's, you don't want to sponsor, you don't want a team? We don't care. Do your thing. Do your thing. And they're doing that because they're going to go to an affiliate model soon. It's going to come. It's probably not going to happen this year, and it probably won't happen next year in 2026, but it's coming on the horizon, guys. And these are just like the small little nuggets that they're placing to allow them to flip that switch and go to an affiliate model. So just saying, for 21 years, you said sponsor, 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 make a team. And now all of a sudden it's, we don't care. We don't care anymore. That makes me raise my eyebrow, but who am I? I'm just Amy with this little channel. All right. They are going to do a joint promotion for August. So they're going to carry over the $9 streaming option again. So for July, there was a promotion where you would just pay $9 and you could be a consultant. You really didn't get any products like you do with the normal starter kit, but it basically gave you access to the workstation, a consultant ID, 3 months of the free website, and you would get 3 exclusive coupons that you could provide to your customers. And it was like 20% off a $100 order. And basically it was to incentivize you. So if you got 3 people to do those orders in that same month, then you basically become active. So they're doing that again for August. So that $9 option is still going to be available for people to take advantage of that. And what was funny when they were talking about that, because even though it's great, and I do like the fact that they're just doing a very affordable, bare minimum package to be a Scentsy consultant, especially if people don't want to do a team and they're just joining to save their own money and get a discount on their own crap. I do like that. But what was funny was when they were talking about the coupons, Orville was like, it's a great way to just, reward your customers. He goes, so if you've got, someone that ordered the most in the month, give them a coupon. You want to raffle it off in a VIP group, do it this way. Like, he was giving all kinds of examples to like utilize and incentivize like the coupons, but it literally was going against their Scentsy compliance rules when it comes to pay to play. And people were commenting it on the section. They're like, wait a second, doesn't that go against compliance? Isn't that considered pay to play? They didn't even acknowledge it. Yes, it is considered pay to play. If you say in your VIP group, hey, I have one coupon for 20% off your next $100 order. Whoever orders the most for me this month will get this coupon. That is against Scentsy compliance. That will get you freaking canned. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is considered pay to play. So ways that you can do that is you could do like, because in Facebook, if you have a VIP group, you can kind of track the members of your group and who contributes the most, like for likes and comments on posts that you put in the group, or if they post something in the group, like what I've been warming or share their warmer or something like that. You can track that. So what I do in my VIP group that's not against compliance is I say every month, comment, like, and share. And at the end of the month, the top 10 people that comment, liked, and shared for that month, I put them in a little wheel spinner, and I spin the wheel, and the winner just gets an extra scented Happy Meal pack from me. Sometimes it's a scent circle I got for free. Sometimes it's a bar. Sometimes it's a whole sample cube of like an entire collection. It's just me gifting it. They didn't have to do jack crap. They didn't have to order anything, and all they had to do was like and comment. That is completely in line with compliance. What Orville was talking about on a live streaming video to thousands was telling them to use coupons as a way to get people to like buy. Like, oh, buy $100 worth of stuff from me this month and I'll give you this coupon. That is against compliance, so don't do that. Please, please, please don't do what Orville told you to do in that video, because it is definitely against compliance. And if any of the MLM comes that get a hair across their butt, they'll report you in a heartbeat. Trust me, it's happened to me before. All right, so that's the joint promotion. Talked about the wild horse and wildflowers. Okay. Other things that are coming in August, we don't have dates yet. Obviously, dates can change. We've seen that happen before. Toy Story is coming back. I predicted this a while ago. When Disney did their own SFR, Disney does their own where they show you the next 2 years worth of movies and stuff like that. I literally said that Scentsy lines up a lot of their Disney stuff and like the other licensed stuff with like Star Wars and Marvel and things like that with the releases of movies. So I knew it was the 30th anniversary of Toy Story coming up. There was a new Toy Story installment coming. I knew it. So I said it was coming, and it is. So they are bringing back the Scentsy buddies of Buzz and Woody. There's going to be a new Alien buddy clip, a new Alien mini warmer, and then a full-size warmer of the Pizza Planet claw machine. It's actually interactive. There's an actual claw, and it like swings, and then there's like little aliens like looking up to it. It's super cute. There is a new fragrance, though, called the Gang's All Here. And from what Heidi said, it's grapefruit and sparkling lemon lime, and I think she said sugared vanilla, so very heavily fruity citrus based. But they said it smelled good. So that will be in bar, and obviously the two buddies will have the scent pack. I'm kind of sad that they didn't bring back the old fragrances. So Woody had its own fragrance and Buzz had its own fragrance. We have had Buzz back before. We got it in Bring Back My Bar. We just haven't seen Woody in... God, when did Toy Story come out last? 2019, 2020? It's been a long time. So excited to see Toy Story come back. Now, to lead into the next Disney collection, Orville said after they talked about Toy Story, he was like, if you're too old to be considered or to understand the Toy Story generation, maybe you remember the resurgence of Disney animation and remember this one. And then they leaned into it that it was Aladdin. Aladdin's coming back. I literally dropped my pen, paused the video. I was like, what? So then I watched it back, and he said it again. If you're too old to remember, or if you were too old for Toy Story, that's how he said it. If you're too old for Toy Story or not that generation, you might remember Aladdin. Orville, you need to get your fact checks. You need a fact checker in your little group of people. And I will happily be that person for you. You definitely need facts checked, because Toy Story came out in 1995. Aladdin was 1992. How could you be too old for Toy Story in a 3-year span? And I will tell you, I will look it up right now. That's just me remembering, okay? I will look it up right now. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure both movies were in the 90s. I am an 80s born child. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up on Disney. Aladdin, Disney. When did it come out? Release date. November 11th, 1992. Toy Story release date. November 22nd, 1995. See, don't school a Disney fanatic. Don't school someone who has ADHD and can remember dates like Rain Man. The comment literally made me so angry. I'm just like... So anyway, we're getting Aladdin back, so that's good. Genie's coming back as the Scentsy Buddy. They're going to have a scent pack of Aladdin 3 Wishes, which is one of the scents that we've had previous with the Aladdin collection. We're going to have the bar come back. It is a really good blueberry bar. I do prefer Blueberry Rush over Aladdin 3 Wishes, but there is a following to Aladdin 3 Wishes. I think April even has it in her club. So that is coming back. There's a new Abu Buddy Clip, and then they are going to have a full-size Genie lamp warmer. So I am kind of mad that they didn't release all of the fragrances for Aladdin. We've been literally begging for them to do that. It's been at least 5 years since we've seen Aladdin. It was either 2020 or 2021. I can't remember. But yeah, so I am excited. But I really wish because I've been dying to try those. I didn't start buying, like when Aladdin came out, that was like my hiatus year where I wasn't ordering Scentsy, so I missed out on it. And I've only been able to smell one, besides Aladdin 3 Wishes, I've, the one Jump Ahead. That's the other Aladdin bar that I've been able to smell. The other 3, I have no idea. Okay, so that's it for licensed stuff. Obviously, there's probably more that's going to come out in August. They just haven't released it yet. There are other things that I wanted to point out here. I'm just trying to read my notes here and make sure I touched everything. Oh, at one point they were talking again about exotic vanilla. And they were giving the whole story again, how it was Velvet Spice before, and then they changed the name to Exotic Vanilla, and it started to sell. And then Heidi's like, yeah, we did the same thing with Olive Wood and Cypress. That bar didn't sell at all, and then we changed the name to Inner Peace, and it sold. So then Orville said, so you may see us flip-flop the names and, change them up to get them to sell. But we'll tell you if we do that. So what are you going to do, Orville? Are you going to take bars that we've been begging and pleading for, like almond croissant, apple butter frosting, vanilla waves, satin sheets? Are you going to take these bars and just rename them because they didn't sell well? It kind of, like, he winked when he said it. So I'm like, are you going to repurpose scents? Is, like, that what we're leaning into? So I don't know. I don't think you need to reintroduce a scent with a new name and a new color to try to get sales off of it. Like, the people that actually liked it the first time around that it came out, they'll buy the stuff. They'll put the stuff in the club. Trust me. I mean, I was like the only person I knew of that had Fairy Tale Pumpkin in their club. So, I mean, people will buy it. So I don't think you need to change the names. When they were doing the whole section going over July highlights, they were talking about how the July PRV for orders across the board, club orders, party orders, personal website orders, they were at an all-time high. So they're like, yes, they're basically saying we're moving in the right direction. These are changes that need to be made. And obviously, they're validating all these changes because they're saying people are still ordering and they're ordering more than before. And this is just great. Everything's good and great. No, do you not read in between the lines? I think they just take things at face value and they really don't read in between the lines. There is a reason why probably orders in PRV were higher than ever in July. You set the PRV to be active $50 higher. You also raised the party tier PRV higher. So people are frantically ordering to try to hit those marks to, one, get the party rewards that they want, two, to be active so they don't lose their consultant and they get the extra 5% in the commission that you took away from us. Also, what else? You had massive flash sales. You had Bring Back My Bar. Read in between the lines. Just saying. And then one last comment they made. At one point, they were showing the catalog, the condensed catalog, the snapshot of the catalog, since we're not going to have a full-on layout anymore. It's just a little snippet of what's new that season, and then if you want to see everything else, you have to go to your consultant's website. So they were like, oh, let's look at the catalog. And then Heidi made this snarkiest of snark comment. She was like, oh, a catalog? We're making a catalog? I thought we weren't doing that, Orville. So snarky. I was like, what? You know why she was saying that? Because of all of us that were concerned and saying, why aren't you doing a catalog? It doesn't make sense. And we're giving valid reasons on why, we should still have a catalog and how it's going to affect us. And, we're just trying to look to, a lot of people are trying to look to them for solutions. Like, okay, if you're not going to make a catalog anymore, help us through this transition. It's almost like they're telling us, like, you figure it out. You print off the material and you figure it out. I had to help a whole bunch of people, which I was so happy to do that for them. But like they said, I made such a better explanation on explaining the catalog and giving tips on what to do than what they gave. And it's like, well, why couldn't they have just said that? It's because it's them. Who knows? So, yeah. So I didn't appreciate that comment that she did. I didn't appreciate a lot of the comments. It was kind of just like, whatever. They're going to say what they're going to say. But sometimes it's so outlandish and so just like, what did I just hear? And just so like, I can't believe what I'm hearing, that it's just too comical not to share and not to laugh together with it. So that was End of Month Live. Hope you guys enjoyed my snapshot of the highlight reel. Let me know in the comment section, what was your biggest what the heck moment of that whole live? And what are you excited for August? Honestly, I am most excited for the Wild Horses and Wildflowers collection. I definitely want to try those fragrances. Also excited to try the Harvest collection. I always fall in love with at least one of the Harvest scent. The year before was Cashmere Leaves. Last year was Cinnamon Woods. So out of the 5, I think it's either going to be the Pumpkin Spiced Honey or the Spiced Pecan Creme. Those are the 2 that I'm guessing are going to be my favorite. But we'll see once I get them. I am going to be placing an order in a couple of hours. Once all that stuff hits, I'll be ordering the 5 bars for the Wild Horses collection. I'll be getting the early access for the Harvest collection. The August Scent of the Month bar, I still haven't gotten it yet. So I'll be ordering it with that order for tomorrow. And then I'm definitely checking out clearance because, like I said, clearance always gets restocked the first of the month. The early bird does get the worm, so try to get on as soon as you can. If you're on the Eastern time zone as me, 3 a.m. is when you want to click on. Try to click on a couple minutes before 3 a.m., but 3 a.m. is the soonest that you can get in onto the website. There will be a queue, and then you'll have, the most access to what's in clearance. So hopefully we get some more single bars in there, some that we haven't seen in a long time. Really, do I need more wax? No, but if some are in there that I need, then I'm definitely going to add them to my order. So that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll continue the conversation in the comment section. Thanks for always liking, commenting, and subscribing. I truly appreciate all the love and support. And if you are not subscribed, please do so you don't miss out any of my upcoming videos, especially the SFR spoilers, where I go into full snark mode. And yeah, and check out all my social media profiles. I have a VIP group on Facebook. Even if you're a consultant, you're more than happy to join it. It's just another way to talk wax. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. Bye.